This picture was probably taken on the street. A young woman is seated in the car. It appears that she is lost as she has stopped and rolled down her car windows to ask for directions. There is also an older woman who has short hair and is wearing a coat. She is holding a map and leaning forward to the other person. Perhaps she is helping the young woman by providing guidance on where she needs to go. The older woman looks very sure of herself and more confident, while the younger woman looks like she is confused. This picture captures a scene of a workspace. Four women have probably finished a meeting. They appear to be colleagues. The woman in pink is wiping some drawings off the whiteboard. The woman in purple trousers is putting on her jacket. The woman with long, straight black hair is putting her laptop into the bag. The rest woman is arranging documents. Around them, some office furniture can be seen. Overall, this picture depicts a typical scene in an office setting. Is it easy for someone new to find accommodations in your town? Well, finding a place to live in this town is relatively easy for newcomers like you. There are a lot of options you can choose from. You can select from budget-friendly hostels, homestays to luxury hotels. I think it depends on your preference and your budget. Do you have any specific food that you would recommend in your town? Well, I believe bún chả is a must-try dish for any visitors to this town. I suggest you check out the 30-year-old bún chả restaurant just 2 blocks away from our branch office. The food there has long been renowned as the best in the whole city. You know what? The president of USA had a meal there when he had a trip to Hanoi a few years ago. It's totally worth a try. When a traveler visits your town, which type of place do you advise them to go to? Museums or parks, and why? I'd recommend visiting our parks. While museums are great for learning, our parks offer a chance to relax and enjoy nature. You can take walks, you can have picnics, or try various outdoor activities like boating or bird watching. It's a refreshing break from city life and a great way to unwind. How many days per week and how many hours per day do you work or study? I'm currently working as a marketing officer. This position requires me to work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, for approximately 8 hours a day. This schedule allows me to maintain a healthy work-life balance while also dedicating time to other activities and interests. As a university student, I typically attend classes 6 days a week, from Monday to Saturday. On average, I spend about 6 to 7 hours a day studying, including attending lectures and working on assignments. During exam periods, I allocate a few additional hours for revision and exam preparation. What time of day do people go for lunch at your work or school? How long do you have for lunch time? At my workplace, most people go for lunch around noon, typically around between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. We have an hour for lunch time, which is an opportunity to enjoy a meal, socialize, or take a short break before returning to work. At my school, the last period in the morning finishes at 11:30. School resumes at 2 in the afternoon, so we have about 2 hours and a half for lunch time. That's enough time for me to ride back home, have lunch with my family, and take a short nap before returning to school for the afternoon lectures. What do you do when you get a personal phone call during work hours or class, and why? If I receive a personal phone call at work or school, I typically let it go to voicemail or put it to silence if it's not urgent. However, in case it's an emergency, I will excuse myself and step outside to take the call. I believe I should be respectful and considerate about the people and try not to disturb them with our personal matters. At what times do you tend to drink coffee? Well, I typically have a cup of coffee right after I wake up in the morning. I need the coffee to keep myself awake and alert throughout the day. Would you rather have coffee or other beverages at a coffee shop or a restaurant? Actually, that depends. Sometimes I order a cup of coffee, and other times I crave for something else like a latte, tea, or juice. Among these three things, which one do you think is the most important feature of a coffee shop? Quality of drinks or food, service, or atmosphere? Among these three things, I think the most important feature of a coffee shop is the atmosphere. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I found a small coffee shop while traveling. When I walked in, it felt really cozy and welcoming. The lights were soft, the chairs were comfy, and there was a nice buzz of people talking. I remember sitting by the window with a book, enjoying my coffee, and feeling really relaxed. It wasn't just about the coffee, it was the whole feeling of being there that made it special. Even though the coffee was good, the atmosphere made me want to stay longer and come back again. I think a coffee shop with a great atmosphere can make a visit much more enjoyable, so it's the most important feature.